All right, have your paper the horizontal way, and then what you're going to do is only look in this first section. Someplace in the section to the right or left, make a wavy line that divides this space up unequally. And I'll just fold this so that you see. It's not going to be equal. So it's off to the right or left, doesn't matter. So now I'm going to open this up to make sure I don't get all kinds of dots on the rest of my paper. Then what I'm going to do here is make a line that curves and follows this one, but as it goes here, it's going to get thinner and thinner. Now I'm going to start putting lines like this in here, just little short ones. This is going to be the bark of the tree. Every one of you should have a different style of how you put the lines on here. They can curve different ways, but you're going to fill that whole thing up as you go from the thick part to the thin. So just put a few lines here, reminds you that's what you're supposed to do later. Now you take this and look at this, make sure you don't put this in the middle. It's either down or up. And make this curved. Then you make this over here. It's wider right here, farther apart. As you go over here, it keeps getting closer and closer together, but doesn't totally touch. Have it a little wavy. I want it different than mine. All I want is something either down here or up here, thicker right here, and as it goes out, thinner. Again, your own style. Then you're going to go over here, and you're also going to put little lines for, so it shows bark, and that's texture, it's adding detail. We're not going to be concerned about shadow and where is the light and dark. We're going to make this more two-dimensional instead of three, and that's okay to do that on artwork. Okay, now what you're going to go over to the left here, you're going to look at this, and you're not going to go straight in the middle, right across from, well, this isn't in the middle, but you're not going to go across from this one. You're going to go either up, down here, or up here. You can choose, and then make a wavy line. And again, this is wider here, and as it keeps going out, the line gets narrower and narrower. Then you put a few little lines here, so it reminds you have to fill that up later with your style of bark. Okay, we're going to go over here and put one more little area like that. And wait till later until you do yours. You don't need to do it right now. I'm just going to make this wider here. As it goes here, narrower, you're going to be able to put placement wherever you want. Okay, so that's enough thick lines. Then you're going to go with your, pick up your thin marker. Now you're going to start making some thin lines like this. Make a sample like that up here. Close to this, that's going to get a little wider here. And this you're going to do like that so it's a little thicker, but not as thick as what you just did over here. Notice this is here. Make it crooked. This line does not come and make a V shape right there. It goes up here and makes a V shape here. So get two of those on. Right now you should have 3 lines. Now watch this. Put another one off here and make it crooked. Make sure it's a little bit longer than the last one or shorter. Doesn't matter. Longer, shorter gives variety. Then I'm going to add another little one on here. I'm going to add here. And I'm making it crooked. The only thing I do not want to see is right here. Another one coming out from here. That will get you a 0. Because you're not following directions. It's not realistic. It's not giving you variety. And you go back here, make crooked lines, and long and short. So you start developing your thin lines and thick lines, and that's all you have to do in that area. So work on just a few little variety of thin lines here with your other thin marker. Okay, now let's go to the next section. The next section, I'm going to fold this. You don't have to fold it, but just so you see what you're working in one section. You're going to go to the left or right. Whenever we do artwork, we divide they call it cat and rat, or, there's another name for it. Huh?
Rule of thirds.
Rule of thirds, what else? Instead of, you put it like this, and then you, tic-tac-toe. So basically your eye is making a tic-tac-toe board here. This, or this spot is where you can put your point of interest. You pick one of these 4 spots. Every artist sits down and looks, that's the first thing they think of. Am I going to put one here, 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 or here? You decide where it is. It's not right or wrong where you pick it. You just pick one. So you put your dot. Now from that dot, go out like this and keep making this all the way to the edge. You stop right here at your fold. Make your lines, they can be really wavy. They don't have to be real wavy. So you're going out from that middle point so that your lines radiate out from that point. Wherever you see some areas that are, a little bit too wide, do this. Okay, you can add more later because right now you're just getting it set up. This one, make curved lines here. And make them close together, but not terribly close. Maybe they're a 1/2 inch apart. I wouldn't do them any more than that. And when you make the curve, this is going to look more 3D. So do that on one, have it meet. If I would do straight lines, that would be okay, but it won't look as 3D. Okay, now what you're going to do is go right up here. This one's curved up. This one's going to curve down. This is up. It's going to go under. Over, under. Over the top, you're going to go under like this. So do that same pattern throughout the whole thing right here. You just connect to the last one. Okay, now what you do is go over here. You looked at this one. It's going to look the same over here. Start over here and you're going over again. So every other one is going to look alike where it's curved up. Here you're kind of running out of space because it's on the fold, but that's okay. Okay, next this is curved up. Next one is going to be underneath again. So that's how you rotate all the way around your project. That is called op art. When you're all done with this, you can take a color pencil and just pick one. Then what you're going to do is color in every other one like this. If you choose to use more than one color, you figure out a repeat pattern. And when you do colored pencils, you make sure that you press hard enough so it gets dark enough. Because if it's too light, then it looks fake. It looks like you were really weak and couldn't get a lot of color. So make that nice and dark. And it's every other one like this. This would be too light. but that gets you the idea of what you're supposed to be doing. Okay, this one you're gonna leave, you won't put anything there, but this one you will, so you're gonna alternate every other one. And this one is up here like that. Okay, this I won't accept if it just kind of, you know, here you got, I will make you go like this so it looks more neat. You go right to the edge. If you choose to use markers on this, that's fine too. You can do both. But anyway, nice and dark and bright. Colored pencils are meant to look like paint, not faded out colors. Sometimes people don't like to press hard on their colored pencils because they're worried about breaking them. If they break, it means you're pressing a little bit too hard. Lift up a little bit and see if you don't have enough color. If your pencil is too sharp, sometimes and you press too hard, that breaks them. So anyway, nice and dark. All right, go to another section. Right here, you're back down here in this corner. And take your thick marker. Okay, right here, you're going to make a wavy line. And it didn't come to the corner. It can come up here. It can be anywhere within that. Then you're going to go over here and put a line not directly in the middle of this section. You're going to stay away from, go a little bit more to the left. And then you're going to gradually make this come together right here. And there's a little space up above there. Again, I don't want it looking exactly like mine. I just want the process. Then what you're going to do is take this. As you get over here, this can be wider apart. So it's a little bit wider here than it is there. This one I need to make corrections right here, but I'll leave it. It'll be okay. Okay, now up here, make a line that goes like this. And over here, you decide how far you want to go. This is curved right here, so you need to make yours curved. Again, this is making it look more three-dimensional. And you run out of space up here like that, then you just leave it. That's okay. Okay, if you're not done, that's fine. What you need to do now is over here, make some straight lines that are, put them different distances apart. You can sneak a thinner one in here just so that you get some variety. Here's a thick one, and they don't have to be perfectly straight. Now you have this area right here that you still need to take care of, and that's what you do here. Wider here, and then as it goes up here, narrower. And again, each one of you will have something a little different as it goes to this point. However it meets right here, that's okay. And then over here, you're going to do some lines that are, again, different widths apart. If you want real perspective, then what you do is the lines here are wider. As they get here, they get more narrow. But on this project, you can kind of do what you want. As long as you have vertical lines, you have curved lines that meet at a point, and you have curved lines here, that's good. Then you can decorate this however you want. Okay, go to the next section. This one you just make kind of a scribble, and when I say scribble, don't get too carried away, and you do this later when you have time to think. Slow down. Don't put too many lines. Don't think about what you think you're going to turn it into. I can tell when you do that. It'll be more rigid. It won't be as free and creative. You won't have the swirls to it. So now what you do is you start looking at it and you see, well, what could you make this into? You might see more than one idea, and that's okay to put all those in there, or you might just concentrate on one. You can start adding designs to it. You can make it abstract, or you can make it realistic. Okay, I'm going to do this right here, and then I'm going to add that repeated there. So now let's see here. I'm going to make this. Oh, let's see. I'm changing all the time. I never intended to make this at all, but as I look at it, I go, oh, this would be fun. That would be, oh, maybe I'll add this. Oh, gee, what should I do now? Leave it? Or should I do something different? So you want it to be fun, and it can be silly. It should be creative and weird. Okay, I'm not done over here. Now I'm deciding, oh, I think I want some of this here. Make a tail. Oh, let's see. I got a tail. What do I want to do? Do I want to add something up here?
Mickey Mouse. Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm gonna have a three-legged something. I don't care if it's not four. I'm having fun. Okay, this is a little too plain in here. I need to figure out what am I going to put for pattern or lines. What am I going to do over here to make this more interesting so I get contrast between the background and the positive space, which is your object, negative space, I'm going to leave plain. When I do this type of thing, I think of something, repeat it. Here I did vertical all on these, I did horizontal on these. It's organized. But if I go this way, that way, and every which way, it starts to look not organized. So get some kind of a pattern going. Okay, I can still do this in here. It could be something totally different. But anyway, it's something to help fill up the space. I could color that in just a solid color if I felt like it. So it's, I can keep adding. You know, it's just never ending what you can do. Oh, I repeated this, so I want that. Repeat it throughout some spots, and I quit. No, I could go like this. And this is a little sloppy, so keep in mind when you have lines like this, you want to fill that in. Okay, I would keep going there, but I think you get the point. You can also use this pen in here to do fine lines to have some thick and thin. So I'm going to put a few thick and thin ones in here. You know, so I scatter the thick and thin throughout.